instead of thinking about what you need to cut out or take away, you want to think about what you can add in. It opens up your mind to possibilities when you say, what should I add to my diet? Rather than, okay, I can't have any of these foods. Even if you have access to, let's say that you cut out brownies, ice cream, and cocktails, you still have access to thousands and thousands and thousands of food options. But in your brain, now it says, oh, I can only have celery and whole eggs or egg whites
and baked chicken.
Because you're closing down your mind, you're trying to remove things, you're trying to cut things out, so it just naturally starts to feel smaller, right? Your options feel smaller. Whereas if you take your inventory and then you say, all right, I'm gonna add in some healthy foods to this, what you'll see is that you naturally, without even trying, slowly reduce the amount of unhealthy or processed foods that you might have in your daily diet now. Just by saying, I'm gonna add in this type of food this week. I'm gonna add in eating breakfast because I wasn't before. I'm gonna add in something else. When it comes to dieting, this single shift alone is a game changer.
Exactly.
It makes it so much easier and more enjoyable.
Because you're gonna have food, you're gonna have a relationship with food for the rest of your life. So starting to become more open with what you're putting into your body, right? From a health standpoint, like I used to hate avocados. I don't know why, they never did anything to me. But I never would eat them. And then I started to figure out how to enjoy them, quite frankly. I started adding different seasonings or different textures. I started to eat them in different ways, and I started to develop a different relationship with how those foods that I would eat.
Well, your body's adaptive.
Yeah.
Right? Like your taste buds will adjust.
You have to think you've been eating processed foods your whole life that are created in a lab to keep you addicted. So it's going to take time to become more adaptive to healthy food again. You're kind of returning to nature in some sense. You're returning to what your body is supposed to be able to do. Yeah. It's not natural to eat Oreos and potato chips. That's not what your parents, your grandparents, or your great-grandparents would have been doing. Right. They would have been eating foods that were grown on a farm, that were hunted in the fields or in the woods. They would have been, getting vegetation that came from the earth, which is what I was trying to say at the beginning. You would have been eating foods that were built around you, right? More locally harvested. So it doesn't mean you have to go and get organic or you have to go and shop at the local farm.
Yeah, or just eat veggies.
You can start doing this at the grocery store today, or you can do it at a restaurant, right? But before you order, before you grab the packet of chips off the shelf at the grocery store or at the gas station, just ask yourself, like, hey, what would I eat in this scenario? What's closer to nature? What's healthier than what I currently have? And that's a really good lens to start to add foods into your diet that make you feel better.
Yeah.